Hello, my name is Lori Minkler, and I'm a student at Liberty University in the Group Dynamics class. One of the projects that we were assigned this semester was to do a presentation to a group, do some of the techniques that we have learned in the course, and then report back on what our findings were and how we could improve ourselves. On November 30th, 2017, I held a meeting with my current work team. I am the trainer of a group of 10 people who meet one time a week on a Thursday afternoon from 1 to 2 for training on how to develop our information to give out to the National Guard and Reserves who we service. One of my prerogatives as the group leader is to be able to have sessions on training or sessions on personal growth and development. I was the sole leader of this group. We met around a table with 10 people in a rectangular fashion. This particular week, I decided to do a training session that would be a true growth and experiential group meeting. I decided to piggyback off the holiday that we had just had of Thanksgiving and train the group with a developmental lesson on being thankful in the workplace. The meeting went very well from beginning to end. PowerPoint was used as I spoke first of all of using the Pilgrims as my source of how they showed and were an example of what our company values are. The company values were anything from striving together to showing diversity. From there, the training progressed to ways thankfulness promotes health. I talked about how thankfulness can be a stress reliever, it's better for your heart, and it's basically better for your mind and your body. I ended the training by encouraging the team members to volunteer and use the volunteer time to give back to the community the things that we are thankful for. The group I train usually has some individuals who want to do all the talking, and then we have those who stay very silent. So for this meeting, I decided that I needed to use some of the new techniques I had learned. So one of the very first things I did at the beginning of the group is I decided to use a sentence completion exercise. I would use the best practices that we had learned in our book of explaining how the sentence completion would work and how each person could participate if they wanted to, or they could refrain. Thankfully enough, everyone did decide to participate. So the question was up on the PowerPoint for everyone to see that asked just one simple question to state one thing that you are most thankful for at work. I was really surprised to see what a difference participation by each group member made in the group. People seemed to be thrilled to have their time to state what they wanted to say about being thankful. I was able to draw out from some of the individuals who don't talk much some questions and answers that they were able to speak back, and it was a very good time, actually very good at getting everyone participating. Also, at the end of the session, I again used another sentence completion where we talked about ways that we could give back to the community. This time I had a few people who were a little hesitant, so I drew from previous things that we had done or things I had seen on our social media site. For example, one girl, she did not think she had anything to speak about when I asked her about volunteering. And then I reminded her, hey, I saw you out on the social media site at a cancer walk. This again drew her in. I was able to draw her back into the conversation, and she was very eager to share with me how she was gone on a cancer walk with her son. In evaluating my performance, I feel that I did a very good job. My PowerPoint presentation was very engaging with interesting pictures. So I was also able to captivate my audience just by having them look at the PowerPoint. My preparation of doing the PowerPoint and studying thankfulness really paid off. Also, the new techniques that I learned in the class were invaluable. Because I am challenged to get people to speak each week, these new techniques are really making me excited to be able to help my group to all participate. And so it'll be a much more worthwhile time that we use each week instead of letting just some people dominate the conversation. We did keep the meeting to an hour as we're supposed to do, and I thought that was pretty cool as well, that you could incorporate all these new techniques and still stay within your 1 hour time frame. The highlight of my experience was using the sentence completion to get my team talking. I will definitely continue to use this new technique in future sessions. I'm also excited to try dyads soon. We do have some people in our group that don't particularly like each other, and I'm real excited to see how they will do when I pair up those two particular people. I do think with a dyad it's going to be exciting because usually anytime two people talk, I think it gets them a little bit closer, and it might help them to gain each other's trust and find out that you don't have to agree about everything, but you can sure talk about it. I do feel it's so important for all team members to participate. It makes them feel wanted, it makes them feel welcome in my group, and so I'm really excited to find these new activities. I'm also excited to use the cutting off method. We do have some people that tend to talk way too much, and so it's good that I can be able to cut them off by letting them know, let's stick to the question at hand and we can talk about other things at a later time. I plan on using all the new techniques that I have learned in this class to my best advantage so that my group will have a great time in the group, but also learn and also develop professionally. I do pride myself on being a mentor and a teacher, and so I'm so excited to use the new techniques. I do thank God for leading me to a university such as Liberty that is Christ-centered and helps me to be the best student possible.